What will your last 10 years look like? Will you be quick enough for a game of tag with your grandchild? Strong enough to embrace every moment? Will you grow old with vitality? Or get old with disease? It's time to decide.
영원한 젊음, 이 천기누설에 인간이 점점 가까이 다가서고 있습니다. 최근 과학자들이 염색체 맨 끝에 달린 아주 미세한 노화 시계를 찾아냈고 이걸 거꾸로 되돌리는 연구에 성과를 얻고 있습니다. 김윤미 기자입니다. 한날 한시에 태어난 쌍둥이도 늙는 속도는 제각각입니다. 사람마다 노화 시계가 달라서인데 과학자들은 우리 몸의 고유 정보가 담긴 세포 속 염색체, 그 끝에 달린 텔로미어라는 곳에 노화 시계가 있다고 설명합니다. 염색체 보호가 임무인 이 텔로미어는 새 세포를 만들 때마다 길이가 점점 짧아져 결국 다 닳게 되면 세포도 죽게 됩니다. 최근 미국 연구진은 사람 세포를 대상으로 텔로미어 길이를 10% 더 연장하는 데 성공했습니다. 그 결과 세포 분열이 28배 왕성해졌고 세포만 봤을 땐 10년 이상 젊어진 게 확인됐습니다. 새로운 변형 RNA 방식을 써서 암처럼 무환증식하는 부작용이나 면역 거부 반응도 피했습니다.
연구 결과가 사람의 수명에 직접 영향을 미친다고 보기는 힘들지만 암과 같은 노화에 기인된 성인병의 예방과 치료에 큰 도움을.
텔로미어 연구는 이미 동물 실험에서 치매 걸린 쥐의 뇌를 젊게 하고 빛바랜 털을 검게 바꾸는 등 노화 억제에 해답이 되고 있습니다. 스트레스를 받으면 텔로미어가 짧아져 수명이 준다거나 텔로미어 짧은 사람이 감기 같은 병에 잘 걸린다는 연구도 속속 밝혀지고 있습니다. 무병장수의 꿈이 현실로 다가오고 있습니다. MBC 뉴스 김윤미입니다. 노화를 늦추는 것을 넘어서 육체 나이를 거꾸로 되돌릴 수 있는 실험이 미국에서 처음으로 성공했습니다.
과연 DNA는 우리의 시간을 멈출 수 있을까요? 여러분들 왜 노화가 오는지 아십니까? 나이가 이제 많이 들으면 이렇게 뭐를 베이거나 그래도 사실 세포의 재생이 잘 안 되는데 그것은 저기에 있는 텔로미어라는 것 때문에 그렇습니다. 텔로미어의 길이가 점점 더 짧아지면 드디어 완전히 없어지면 더 이상 세포에 증식이 안 되는 것이고 그래서 노화가 진행되는 것입니다. 그래서 우리가 200살까지 청년같이 살 수 있다면 과연 어떻게 되는 걸까요? 과학이 신의 영역까지 갈 수가 있냐? 이게 타임즈의 커버 페이지였습니다.
Inside a human cell is the nucleus. Inside the nucleus are 23 pairs of chromosomes. These are long threads of DNA carrying the genetic information. Right at the ends of the chromosomes are special stretches of DNA called telomeres. They are known to play a crucial role protecting the ends of DNA.
So we kind of think of this like the tip at the end of the shoelace, because if you don't have that tip, then the end of your shoelace frays away very quickly. You know, your shoelace won't work properly if it doesn't have a tip. And it's like the end of a chromosome, the end of a DNA. If it doesn't have an intact tip on it, the telomere, it too will fray away.
When a cell is replicating, it can't copy its DNA all the way to the end, and so telomeres shorten with each replication. If telomeres get critically short, the cell can malfunction and die.
If you don't have caps on the end of a chromosome, then the ends become very sticky. It's almost like the shoelace ends become tied together. And this messes up the genetic material. this can have disastrous consequences for cells, a little bit like if your ends of your shoelaces are tied together, you're going to trip up and fall.
Liz studied tiny single-celled creatures found in ponds, called tetrahymena. They have enormous numbers of small chromosomes. She carefully determined the structure and makeup of their telomeres. Then she noticed something odd.
Something puzzling was happening at the ends of the DNA, the very short chromosomes in tetrahymena, and that was that DNA was getting added on to the ends of these chromosomes, and this was not anything that anybody expected DNA to do.
Something was adding new DNA to the ends of the chromosomes. The telomeres were not wearing down, and so the cells could replicate endlessly. They were, in effect, immortal.
We started to think there must be some new process that nobody had ever heard of before. It wasn't in the textbooks, and it wasn't anything that people had described before for DNA, and yet it had to be something to explain what it was we kept on seeing. And so I wanted to hunt this down.
Gaze into our future to witness a medical revolution. We're on the cusp of unleashing long-hidden secrets buried deep in our DNA. This is the ultimate genetic crystal ball.
DNA sequencing, it's a profound game changer.
Visionary technology now promises to end deadly diseases and gives us the key to immortality itself.
We knew that there was a way to intervene with aging at the genetic level.
DNA can absolutely help feed and heal this world across the board.
Spectacular new discoveries are revealing the true power of our genes. This is DNA, the next wave. Now it's happening in the world of private enterprise, propelling this technology directly onto the mass market for everyone to access. Every health issue we're destined to encounter can be detected and cured.
What we really want to do is make sequencing affordable and commonplace so that we can use this to inform and extend everybody's life.
Scientists in the private sector are now using this new era of genetic wisdom to better understand our DNA.
Your predisposition to certain diseases are determined by your DNA. Doesn't necessarily mean fate, but it can set the boundaries of what your potential is.
Riding on the wave of a scientific revolution, both the academic world and commercial labs agree on one critical point. We are now masters of our own genetic destiny. In the future, our health problems could be mapped out at birth. But is every one of us truly prepared to predict our own future?
We're only scratching the surface of all the knowledge that we're going to obtain by studying the human genome.
As we consider the implications of this new wave of DNA technology, science is tempting us with the promise of another medical breakthrough. Superhuman life. A race to a new genetic frontier has started. Scientists are finding innovative approaches to gene expression profiling.
Gene expression in science is how a gene functions. When you activate a gene, it will make a protein. Gene expression is related to whether that particular gene is activated or inactivated, if you will, to make less protein.
Academic institutions and privately funded labs are harnessing the huge potential of this science.
The human genome is the book of life. And we have finally been able to understand what is written in this book of life.
And these breakthroughs are powering us towards a once impossible goal, identifying the sources of aging.
What we are trying to see now is whether we can actually slow down the aging process in such a way so that these age-related diseases don't happen early on. We are trying to delay the onset of these diseases as much as possible.
Meet Dr. Joseph Chang. As a chief scientist of a privately funded lab, he's dedicated his life to nutritional intervention for the war on aging.
I experienced in my lifetime the death of my father about 3 years ago. He never had a good quality of life for 10 years before his death. And I began to wonder, can a person maintain an optimal quality of life throughout his or her lifespan?
In these commercial labs, Dr. Chang is searching for a way his company can restore our bodies to a more youthful setting.
Through our scientific studies and to our research, we are beginning to understand there are certain groups of genes that are very important in aging. Instead of just talking about groups of genes, we thought by coining a term such as youth gene clusters, it would give a better definition of what we're trying to do in our research.
Within the clusters, he is looking for genes that regulate aging.
If you somehow change the gene expression profile of youth gene clusters, it has either a positive or a negative impact on biological aging.
He becomes interested in youth gene clusters related to mitochondria, tiny structures in our cells. These are miniature motors that fuel our bodies, maintaining our energy levels from cradle to grave.
Yeah, the mitochondria, like the battery, does drain over time. If we don't recharge the mitochondria battery, we won't have the energy needed to run the cell. And if the mitochondria doesn't function optimally, then these early signs of aging begin to appear.
Advancements in science enable Dr. Chang to probe at DNA's frontier. He's trying to restore mitochondrial function using gene expression technology.
So when we talk about resetting, we're not talking about structurally changing these genes. We are really resetting the activity or the gene expression profile of age-related genes. We're beginning to understand there is a certain gene expression profile that exists when you were in a very youthful state. But as you age over time, that gene expression profile changes. We want to make sure that a gene expression profile stays as close as possible to what you had when you were a 20-year-old.
On the other side of the world, partnering with Dr. Chang at a sister lab, is Dr. Josh Zhu. He's using his knowledge of the natural world to battle aging with the most unusual of ingredients. The scientist believes that he is getting close to discovering the key to resetting mitochondrial gene expression with the help of a fungus called Cordyceps sinensis.
Cordyceps sinensis is a fungal product, a natural product. It's just similar to any kind of a mushroom.
But this is no ordinary fungus. In the wild, it grows on the heads of live caterpillars from a range of remote mountains in Tibet. After years of correctly formulating the right blend through a fermentation process, Dr. Zhu is ready to take Cordyceps sinensis out of the lab and begin observational studies to discover its true power. His studies have found that after taking Cordyceps sinensis, their exercise performance capability improved.
Cordyceps sinensis shortened recovery period and improved cardiovascular function.
Cordyceps sinensis drastically heightens endurance and energy metabolism and fights fatigue. The results indicate that cordyceps sinensis could potentially counteract the strains of daily life that lead to aging.
We can see a cordyceps sinensis not really just extend the lifespan, but healthy lifespan. We proved cordyceps sinensis is really anti-aging herb.
Dr. Zhu's cordyceps sinensis research is added to other blended ingredients to create Dr. Chang's anti-aging compound.
This is the first time ever where some of these natural ingredients, by using modern scientific methods, to demonstrate that it can actually extend lifespan.
Scientific experiments at academic and commercial labs show that our genes do not control our fate.
Our research is beginning to reveal the reality that the aging process is most likely a symphony that is being played in the body. And in order to play that symphony extremely well, you need an orchestra of genes being somewhat cooperating with each other to make sure that the aging symphony doesn't get out of tune.
Gene expression technology is revealing a path to healthier lives for all of us. But there is a catch. With the world swelling to over 7 billion people and many developing severe conditions in their later years, 2 experts are turning to mankind's closest relatives. And helping them is a tiny technological invention. In the next few decades, the world's aging population will increase like never before. It's a high-risk game with everything to play for. Can the aging process be improved? In private research labs, scientists are now working at the frontier of DNA age research. Dr. Richard Weindruck and Dr. Thomas Prola are using advances in gene expression profiling to discover how nutrients affect aging at a genetic level.
There is not a lot of difference from the control. So I would be surprised if there's much of an aging.
Dietary restriction has been demonstrated to produce a change in gene expression in a variety of species. When food is scarce, our bodies concentrate on conservation and become more efficient. Dr. Weindruck believes that the key to aging well lies directly in what we eat.
Caloric restriction seems to be the most potent dietary intervention to slow not only aging, but really in the quality of life.
Dr. Weindruck wants to conduct a long-term study on the effects of caloric restriction on gene expression in humans. But time's not on his side. This experiment would literally take a lifetime. His next best option is our cousin species with whom we share a similar genetic makeup, monkeys. In 1989, 76 healthy rhesus monkeys were divided into 2 groups. One group was allowed to eat freely, while the other was put on a ration diet. The results of his research have been published in prestigious scientific journals.
We gradually restricted the ones assigned to the caloric restriction group by 10% of the caloric intake for the first month, another 10% for the second month, and the third month began the final level of a 30% lowering of calorie intake.
This scientific research was without guarantee of any significant results. But Dr. Weindruck persisted.
Rhesus monkeys can live up to 40 years. That's a long, long time to wait to get a result for an experiment.
But Dr. Weindruck and his team were determined to better understand the benefits of caloric restriction. Over the years, they monitored the monkeys and reviewed changes in health and signs of aging. After 2 decades of research, the results are stunning. the diet-controlled monkeys are healthier and living up to 20% longer. Results show that the caloric-restricted monkeys have an astonishing threefold decrease in age-related diseases. It's through gene expression profiling that scientists can determine how caloric restriction has improved the primate's aging.
The effects of caloric restriction are clearly dramatic. Finding that these effects occur in primates and therefore most likely also occur in humans is really a major breakthrough.
But there is a big obstacle. Because the research on monkeys takes so long, Dr. Prola and Dr. Weindruck decide to simultaneously work on gene expression in mice. This allows them to conduct more studies in a relatively shorter period of time. Dedicating decades of research work to a single experiment has been daunting, but now an even bigger challenge lies before them.
When you think about the fact that we use a large number of animals, these numbers quickly add up to hundreds of millions of data points.
The results are gathered together to create one of the world's largest aging and caloric restriction gene expression databases. With millions of genetic data points, a solution to accessing all this information is found in a single powerful database that employs cutting-edge gene chip technology. A powerful new tool in gene expression profiling. Each chip contains all 20,000 plus genes in the mouse genome. This database allows scientists to interpret their findings on a global scale.
The gene chip technology is basically a way to monitor the expression of thousands of genes at once.
This was the first study to use gene chips to study aging. This new technology provided a global view of gene expression activity.
I think without the existence or the development of gene chip technology, we will not have the tools to even begin to understand what all the genes do inside our body.
They're searching for nutrients that imitate the positive effects of caloric restriction, but without restricting calories. One compound that's proving to be successful in trials is a substance found in red wine, known as resveratrol.
What we're trying to do at LifeGen is to identify nutrients that have this ability of caloric restriction to change the activity of genes in a way that will slow down the aging process. So individual nutrients may have on their own mild effects, but when combined, we hope to find mixtures of nutrients that are going to have a much stronger effect.
I like to think that one day all of us can actually die healthy.
The time for a brand new look of everlasting youth is here. Every year, people spend billions of dollars on different ways to look younger. Today, the secret to youth is finally revealed. Nu Skin's breakthrough technology, AgeLock, can target the sources of aging, identify youth gene clusters, and have the patented ability to reset these clusters. Through AgeLock genetic anti-aging technology, regaining your youthful vigor and appearance is no longer a dream. Our latest scientific research shows that the ultimate source of aging comes from our genes. Genes, the origin of all life, are also the reason for aging. The intricate human body is made up of over 20,000 genes. These genes are like heavenly scriptures, hiding its truths from common sight. Fortunately, Nu Skin has made a breakthrough with its AgeLock genetic anti-aging technology. Like a powerful genetic search engine, it can accurately identify the genes that cause aging, and thereby creating youth gene clusters. Whether you look young or not is the result of the youth gene cluster's competition of ability to repair and ability to damage. AgeLock science can reset youth gene clusters. It's like using an equalizer to modulate the genetic spectrum that controls repair and damage of genes to the optimum state, so as to manifest the utmost youthful expression. For example, When the ability to damage exceeds the ability to repair for the liver, it develops pathological changes. However, once the youth gene clusters are reset and the gene's ability to repair increases and the ability to damage reduces, the liver will return to its condition back in its youth. This ability to return to youthful conditions does not solely apply to internal organs, but can also apply to the external skin tissues. Age-lock technology demonstrated that aging skin can be repaired within 7 days, quickly returning your skin to its youthful look. Through the latest gene chip technology, it is proved that age-lock can truly reset the expression of youth gene clusters. Age-lock science turns the genes that control the formation of melanin from the inactive state into the color of red, indicating a significant increase of their activity, so as to achieve the effect of reducing the sediment of melanin. Through the inspection of the color changes on the gene map, it can be seen that the results of age-lock can be scientifically measured, and also proved age-lock's ability to reset the youth gene clusters. Only Nu Skin's age-lock technology can identify, reset, and measure the behavior of youth gene clusters, directly addressing the source of aging. In Nu Skin's pioneering new age of anti-aging, the age-lock technology will be applied in Nu Skin's personal care and dietary supplement lines of products, giving you a healthier, more vibrant life. Long-lasting youth is no longer a dream with age-lock.
As Chief Scientific Officer at Nu Skin, I have been a part of breakthrough discoveries in the science of anti-aging. But nothing before has excited me like the revolutionary findings with age-lock. Nu Skin has discovered internal sources of aging that contribute to aging damage. We call these ultimate sources of aging age-related supermarkers. age-lock's proprietary science targets AR supermarkers in order to influence this crucial body chemistry that determines how we age. One critical type of AR supermarkers in our body is called youth gene clusters. Each one of us has over 20,000 individual genes that make us human. Our scientific team has identified important functional groups of genes that help control aging damage. Only age-lock's proprietary science understands how to reset youth gene clusters to their youthful activity pattern. In anti-aging science, the Nu Skin team is leading the way. Our study of youth gene clusters will result in better scientific formulations and enhanced anti-aging products that will redefine our industry. We have proven that in order to retain a youthful appearance, we must restore youthful activity patterns to our genes. By modeling skin and human tissue in scientific studies, we have learned how crucial gene expression is to retaining youth. Furthermore, we have created an exclusive partnership with the founders of LifeGen Technologies, Dr. Richard Weindruck and Dr. Thomas Prober, who collectively have published over 200 scientific papers and books on aging and caloric restriction, which now allows us to understand the genetic basis of aging. These studies, based on over 30 years of research, have given us a key to the preservation of youth. Clearly, by studying the way genes are expressed in calorically restricted tissue, we will be able to identify and confirm the genes related to aging and use this knowledge to develop new innovative products far into the future. This, combined with our new research partnership with Stanford University, will deepen our learning into gene expression and its impact on skin aging. For example, Dr. Howard Chang, professor of dermatology at Stanford, has already articulated that genetic intervention, even late in life, can reverse aging. What this means is that age-lock science can now leverage this key insight. Now, do you see why I'm so thrilled with age-lock? Finally, we are ready to share this proprietary science with the world. The science is compelling, and resetting youth gene clusters is the answer. This knowledge is ours.
Hey Joe, so what are we doing today?
Well, today we're going to test out our new age-lock technology. So I'm conducting a test in the lab today on myself, and we'll see what happens when we take age-lock technology into the body. Can I sit down? This is the beginning of the test, and we'll be looking at different genes, and we'll be looking at before and after, what happens to those genes, because we are now going down to the genetic level. I believe that it is something that has surpassed anything that I had done before. It's not an everyday test that we do. It's a very sophisticated and very complex way of analyzing gene activity. With age-lock, we believe that we can actually influence that dynamic environment so that we can reset the youth gene clusters that we have identified from our age-lock technology. This is the second dose of my age-lock supplement candidate. Essentially, I'm just waiting for the results to come out in the next 2 weeks. And I'm really anxious to see what happens to my gene expression profile when these results are out. I'm putting age-lock technology into my body one last time, and then immediately after that I'll be doing some gene expression profile testing. Now that we've proven it, that science works on the skin, this will be our next phase of age-lock science development and progression. So today is very exciting, based on the fact that my results, my personal results with age-lock science inside the body, they're going to come through today, and I will be excited to see what happens and really intrigued to find out what happened to those results. Hey Mark!
Joe!
Wow, okay. You got the results from the test?
The results are in.
Wow, this is great. What have you got from the test?
Well, the first thing is that we were able to show that your gene expression does change with this age-lock supplement.
Really? I'm a human being and not a robot, right?
Exactly.
What you're telling me, Mark, is that essentially when we take age-lock science into the body, we actually have that science resetting those youth gene clusters in my internal tissues.
Right. Your DNA code is fixed for life, but the expression of those genes does change in response to the environment or in response to healthy lifestyle factors, or in this case, an age-lock supplement.
I think this is really cool stuff.
Get ready to have fun.
Wow, the new age-lock Inside product.
I was so blessed to use the new age-lock ink. I was feeling like anxious to wake up and start my day.
I like to go to the gym, I like to work out, I like to, for instance, play sports and other things, and I really noticed...
You don't have that lull at
I
the
love
end
the fact
of,
that this is a product that affects energy.
You know, with that much energy, you think
people,
that you
everyone
might,
wants
you know,
more
sleep
energy.
less. I
They
slept
want more
even
mental
better than I
clarity,
ever
they
had.
want more physical energy.
So that
they
was
want
the
more stamina,
amazing
they
thing.
want
You know, the great part,
Usually
all the
after
benefits
10
of
days
actually
of not
having more
doing
energy
yoga,
during the
you're a
day,
little, you know,
yet getting a very
stiff.
I
did
increased
the
my
I was
exercise
so
program,
strong,
and
when I did
normally
that class,
it just wipes me out when I do that, and I hesitate to exercise more because I don't want to be tired at the end of the day. Didn't have any of that whatsoever.
We are breaking new ground, not just in defining a new approach to anti-aging, but also how we can fundamentally attack aging at its source. This is a game-changing concept. In fact, with age-lock, we believe we can dominate the anti-aging market. It's game over for the company.